So I'm going to go on a little bit of a bitch session here. You know, everybody knows like the service of truck stops and stuff in general has gone downhill substantially the last few years, particularly at TA and Petro. It's just getting to the point where it doesn't seem like they care anymore, especially, you know, inside the stores and all. Minimal service, minimal food. They're yanking out the iron skillet restaurants, and, you know, they rarely update anymore. And when they're building new locations now, it's express locations with no amenities where they got to do the bare minimum to deal with people. And you know, well, that's been pretty common knowledge. But there's shops in a lot of locations that have still been pretty decent to deal with, and some of them still are, but definitely not all of them. And I think it's starting to bleed off into the shops a lot more. Case in point, and what irritated me, I just feel like they don't even want anybody's money anymore at this point. This past Friday, I had a load that was going to be delivering in Cookeville, Tennessee. Then I was going to be going home. I'm due a PM on my truck. It needs to be done badly. My fuel filter, you know, it's got to be changed. My oil is overdue. I just need a lube and a, you know, full PM service there. Everything. I didn't think the home shop, you know, for the company I'm leased on to was going to have a chance to get to it over the weekend. I was just like, I've got a small window of opportunity right here where I've got some time to get this done. It's a time in the morning where they shouldn't be busy in theory, and I should be able to get in there and get out. Now, I don't want to just outright call any specific location out, but I was around a town that rhymes really, really, really closely with the word Knoxville on I-40. Really, really, really close to exit 369, where there's a location across from a location. There's a TA and a Petro right directly across from each other. So, town that rhymes with Knoxville off of I-40, right off of real close to exit 369, you know. So I'm not calling them directly out. I'm not specifically saying, but I think you can figure out what I'm talking about if you're a trucker. You know, they're right across the street from each other. It's like, I like dealing with Petros a little more than I like dealing with TAs, even though they're the same company now, but just old habits from pre-merger, before, you know, they became one entity there. And I was like, so I'm going to go to the Petro first. Pulled up over there, 7:30 in the morning. No trucks in the bay. No trucks lined up outside of the bay. Employees in the shop just kind of sweeping, cleaning up, roaming around. Walk in the office, there's one employee in there and another one comes in. So there's at least 3, if not 4, employees on hand. No trucks in the bay. No trucks lined up at the doors. Nobody on the phone calling a truck to come around, nothing. No signs of business going down at all. It's like, all right, we've got this. They're going to be able to get this done. I said, you know, so how long to get in and get a PM done? They said, they looked at each other and laughed. The two that were in there, I'll probably be about 2 hours at least. We're short-staffed right now. And I kind of poked my head and looked out, you know, in the bays and stuff and looked around. I was like, 2 hours, huh? I said, well, you know, I guess I won't be spending my money here today. I guess I'll, you know, figure something else out. And they said, well, you can try across the street. They'll probably get you in a lot quicker. I said, they stay fully staffed over there, do they? Oh, yeah, they can probably get you in there. Like, all right. I'm irritated now because I know I'm an intelligent human being and know when I'm getting jerked around and just pushed down the road. So I was like, but I'll go over here and check. So I fought the traffic to get across the street there and everything. Not a real convenient place to try and cross there, especially at that time of the morning when morning traffic is out and everything. I'll pull on around there to the TA, find me a space. Same situation. Same time of the morning. You know, this is only 5 minutes later. No trucks in the bays. Not a one. No trucks lined up outside of the bays. A couple of employees in the shop. A couple of employees in the office there. Walk in. This guy looks just bothered to have to deal with any humanity whatsoever. Just kind of, what can I do for you? Oh, They sent me across the road here. They claimed they were too busy to get a PM over there. They said y'all might be able to get me in a little quicker. How long to get in to get a PM? Probably be about 2 hours before we can even get you in. Okay. Don't have 2 hours to wait just to get in to get the stuff done. No. It's like, okay, I see what's going on here. Y'all are just not wanting to do anything this morning. Y'all are either getting to the end of a shift and don't want to do anything, or you're just starting a shift and don't want to do anything. Either way, I feel like you're just sitting there riding the clock, kind of robbing from the company here and not generating revenue. So I was like, all right, whatever. I guess they don't want my business. And I got to looking on the map and everything. I was like, oh, there's a newer Speedco on this same exit right down there across from the Pilot. I'm not a big fan of Speedco since Love's took over them. Not a big fan of the Love shops and stuff. But I was like, I need to get this done. They've got their issues and everything. But I looked the location up. They were having really good reviews. This particular location on Google reviews and everything. So I was like, I'll go try that. Went around, pulled up to the door, waited about 10 minutes or so. They came out and checked in with me, got me in, pulled me in, went to work on it immediately, got me back out. It was that simple. Lubed up the chassis, changed the fuel filters, primed it back up, changed the oil, new oil, did all the stuff you got to do, rang me up, got my receipt, headed on out of there. They got my money. They wanted my money. They did their job. They took care of it. So, TA and Petro out there, we already know you need to get your act together with your stores, and your general upkeep and locations as it is. It's bleeding over into your shops, which used to traditionally be pretty good. And I don't know, what are y'all's experiences recently with TA and Petro? I feel like they just, I'm starting to feel like they, as a company, they just don't care anymore and have just essentially started giving up and just, they've been on the decline for years. I've always preferred them. They got the bigger parking lots in most cases, even though they're starting to go more and more towards the paid parking in a lot of them. And just their upkeep is not great. A lot of their lots are dirty. A lot of their stores are dirty. But I've always enjoyed their parking a lot more at a lot of locations, and I always liked their showers a lot more. You usually get 2 towels instead of 1. Their showers are usually bigger when you can find one that's not just completely falling apart anymore. But it just seems like the whole company has just decided they just don't want to do anything anymore. Do they care? What do you think? You tell me. What's y'all's experience? I don't know. Wasn't real impressed with the 2 locations there in that town that rhymes with Knoxville, right real close to the exit 369 there. Maybe the other one. They got a 3rd one over there. Maybe we'll try it next time. I don't know. Or maybe we'll just stick to that Speedco location over there, because they did a good job. Shout out to them. Shout out to all those guys. In and out. Beautiful transaction. Beautiful transaction. And they were even saying they were running a little slow that day. I know a lot of people have beefs with the Loves and Speedco and have had bad experiences, and I understand that. There is a lot of truth to that at a lot of locations as well. But I had a good experience this time. Way more so than the 2 locations directly across the street from each other of TA Petro that just blew me off and didn't want to have anything to do with the situation on one of the most simple services that you can have done in a place. I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. But I'd like to hear what you all think. You tell me. Get in those comments. Let's talk about it. What's the state of truck stops right now? Particularly shops and particularly TA and Petro. Y'all be good.